good morning, everyone. Today we're going to do a Hatha flow class. So it's a beginner all levels class, so you don't need any props. And we're going to start with a bit of Pranayama today. So go ahead and sit down, find yourself a comfortable seat, cross-legged or sitting back on your heels. And bring your hands down on your knees, close your eyes. We're just going to start with a few deep breaths. So straighten your back. Imagine someone is pulling on a hair from the top of your head. So straightening up everything. And just we're going to breathe in and out through the nose. Bringing the focus between our eyebrows, Ajna Chakra. And if we're waking up right now, just taking the time to go over our body, every part of the body. How does everything feel? How does your mind feel? And deeply, deeply breathing in. And deeply breathing out, bringing the air into the stomach. It's finding this moment of pause before we start with our daily activities, recentering our energy. Let the thoughts come and go. Don't focalize on anything that comes, just come back to your breath. Take 2 more big inhales, exhale. And last exhale, open your eyes. And today we're going to start with Kapalabhati. So some might already be familiar with this pranayama, so breathing technique. So it's a very active form of breathing, and it allows to get all the toxins out of your lungs and also really wake you up and bring focus before we start moving our body. So I'll just go through a little quick descriptions for anyone who hasn't done it before. So if you haven't done it, you can start by bringing your hand onto your abdomen. So what's really active here is the lower abdomen, and it consists of an active and quick exhale and a passive inhale. So you're only moving your lower abdomen, and by this movement that you're doing, your chest is going to come up and down, but that's just a passive movement, and you keep your shoulders nice and relaxed down, your back is straight. So I don't know if you'll see it very well from the distance here, but basically you really hear as the air comes out always through your nose. It goes. So really you feel as your stomach is pressing down, so don't press it down with your hand. But it's just the lower abdomen, and your chest will go up and down. And the exhale, the air comes back in passively without you forcing the air back in. So we're going to do 3 cycles of this, and I'll guide you through it, and just with a short retention in the middle. If you have never done it and it's a bit overwhelming for you, just stop and take some deep breaths in and out and come back to it. So it's no problem. So start by closing your eyes again. Bring your hand on your abdomen if you need to. And we're going to start with 2 nice and deep breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then take one inhale, and we're going to start. And release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And then last inhale, we're going to do retention. So fill your stomach up, not 100%, just 70%. And hold. And exhale, release. Take a big inhale again. Exhale. Inhale, we go for the second cycle. So if I'm going too quickly, you can take it slower. Remember to listen to yourself. Active exhale, passive inhale. And last exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Second time. Inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale. And last time, and we're going to do retention. And hold. Remember to straighten out your back, release your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, sorry. Inhale again, fill up your lungs. Exhale. Second time. And we're going for a last final round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And the last retention. Inhale lightly. And hold. Remember here, don't have to fill your stomach and lungs up to 100%. Just lightly for this retention. Focus on Ajna Chakra in between your eyebrows so that your thoughts don't go in all directions. And exhale, release. And bring your other hand down underneath. It's not the case. Take deep breaths here. And just take the time to find your center again and feel the effects of the pranayama. So if it's the first time you do it, it might be a strange feeling. You should really feel the fire in your core. And finding focus, bringing our consciousness inside of us and really feeling ready for the beginning of the class to start moving our body. And open your eyes. We're going to come onto hands and knees. Start waking up our body, our spine, coming into the asanas. And bring your hands under your shoulders into tabletop. Lightly open the knees. And we're going to come into cat-cow. So inhale, bring your chest forward, open the collarbones, look slightly up. Exhale, round the back, push into your hands, bring the chin in. Inhale, back into cow tilt. Tilt the pelvis in, open the chest. And exhale, round that back again, push into your hands, spreading those shoulder blades away from the spine. And back into the inhale. So take it at your own rhythm. Keep on going here a few more times. So feel how the vertebra is moving here. And if you want, you can make circles also here. So bringing your hips to one side and start moving your head, just making circles with the head also. You can feel a light stretch in the neck also. You feel a little difference in the stretch in your lower back. And the opposite way. So you're just letting the breath flow through you. Always guide yourself with your breath. If you lose that flow with the breath, just take a pause. Inhale and exhale deeply and come back to it. And come back to center. Bring your hands a little bit more forward. Spread those fingers nice and wide open like sunshine. Press into your hands and your feet and come into downward facing dog. Send your hips up to the sky. Press in each part connected to the ground, each body part. And start walking the dog. So bend your right and left leg. Feel the stretch in the right and left hamstring. Opening up also the lower back. Release your neck so you're just looking back at your feet. And come to center. Just try to stretch out your legs. If your legs are still bent for now, it's okay. Send your sitting bones up to the sky. So it's like if you're tilting your pelvis so that really you're feeling that nice stretch in the back of the legs. And as you go deeper, exhale as long and deep as possible. Make sure your arms are straight. Sometimes we unconsciously bend our arms in downward facing dog. And then next inhale, bring your right foot in front, in between your hands. You can help yourself with your hand to bring your foot forward if needed. And your back knee is on the ground. Look in front of you. Exhale the other foot to the front. Release your head and roll yourself up. Unwind the spine all the way up to standing. Head comes last. And reach up with your hands up towards the ceiling. And release. So we're going to start flowing, warming up the whole body with a few sun salutations. Bring your hands, your feet and legs together. They're touching. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands in prayer. Inhale, reach up, slightly bend your knees, look back. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold forward, so legs are still bent. Fold over those legs and release your head. Take your elbows into your hands. Release that head and just sway a little bit side to side. Really making space in between the vertebrae here. Releasing towards the ground. And come to center, release your hands to the ground. Inhale, your left foot to the back of the mat, knee comes to the ground. Hold, make a plank, push into your hands so you have a straight back here. Exhale, knee, chest, and chin to the ground. The hips are up off the ground. Inhale into cobra. Make it a small one. This is the first cobra of the day. Bring your chest forward. Shoulders are back and down. Look lightly up. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Send your hips up to the sky. Inhale that left foot back to the front of the mat. Right knee comes down to the ground. Push up to the top of the mat. And inhale. Reach back up towards the sky. Extend yourself up. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, reach up. Slightly look back. Exhale, Uttanasana. So you're going to extend your legs a little bit more. If you're really tense, keep them nice and bent. Just make sure your back is not rounding too much. And inhale your right foot to the back of the mat. Plank, hold here, and exhale to the ground. So your arms are nice and stuck to your sides. As you come into cobra, inhale. Exhale, push into hands and feet, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot to the back, to the front of the mat. Exhale, the other foot. Inhale, up. So I'm taking it nice and slow, but we're still waking up the body. Don't need to be abrupt here. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, shoot the hands up. Exhale, Uttanasana. And inhale, your left foot to the back of the mat. Hold plank. Exhale, down to the ground. Inhale, cobra. your glutes are tight also when you're in cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot to the front of the mat. And right, release. So you should start to feel your body nice and warm. And we're gonna take it one more time on each side. Take it at your own rhythm. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward, forward. And right foot comes to the back of the mat. Push into your hands, so you're really getting the maximum into your strength, into your core. Exhale, down, cobra. Downward facing dog. So even if I'm too quick for you, then you can take it slower. If you need to spend more time in your downward facing dog also, please feel free to do that. And last time on the left side, inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, shoot the hands up. Uttanasana. And left foot comes to the back of the mat. Right foot plank. Exhale, down to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Downward facing dog, last time. Inhale, left foot to the back to the front of the mat. Right foot. And roll yourself back up with the inhale, reach up. And release those hands. So depending on how fast you went, you should feel your heart beating. So we're just going to take a few inhales and exhales here. Open your feet a little bit wider. Stand up straight. And breathe deeply in and out through the nose, just to calm the heart rate down. So this is not a cardio exercise. We're not working on making our heart beat faster. But as we're getting into the flow, we're getting our body really warm. Letting the energy go through the whole body. And open your eyes again. Keep your feet at the hips distance. And we're going to interlace your hands behind your back. Straighten your arms up, tilt the pelvis in, open the chest. Look up. Exhale, slightly bend your legs and fold forward. So bring your hands up and over you. Getting nice stretch in the shoulders also. Nice release in the back. And as you feel your stomach against your legs, release your head down. And feel that extension in the neck. Feel those shoulders opening up. And the next exhale, release your hands down to the ground. And we're going to bring our left hand on the outside of the right foot, down on the ground, flat on the ground. Inhale and exhale, reach your right hand up towards the ceiling and look up towards that hand. Your legs are still lightly bent. And exhale, come back to the ground. And this time the right hand comes out on the outside of the left foot. Inhale, exhale, look up to the ceiling. And exhale, release your hands back down to the ground. And then roll yourself back up to standing. Bring your feet back together, and we're going to come into a high lunge. Inhale, exhale, send your right foot to the back of the mat. High lunge, so bend your front leg. A nice angle, don't hurt your knees, so you can just see your front toe, and you have a 90-degree angle here. And bring your hands up to the sky, so strong lower belly. And the pelvis slightly tilted in, hips facing the front of the mat. Feeling that stretch in the hip openers. The legs are strong. Inhale and exhale, we're coming into warrior two. So your back heel is coming down to the ground and opening up to the sides. Send your arms out to either side. And you have like a very nice alignment between your front heel and the middle of your back foot. Inhale, exhale, we're going to reverse that warrior. So bring your back hand down on your back leg, not on the knee, over or under it. And bring your arm up and over you and reach behind you. Look up to the sky, still bending into that front leg. Inhale, exhale, come back into the high lunge. So it's a little bit of a flow here, so you can get a hang of it. And this time your left hand is going to come back onto your back leg and send your right arm up to the sky. Look up. Exhale, come down to the ground with your left hand to the inside of the front foot, and the back heel comes down to the ground. Open up your chest, and you're pressing with your arm against your leg here. And your hand looks up to the ceiling, the right hand. Just have that hand over your shoulder, so you don't need to open up too much to the side. So you can either stay here or reach your hand a little bit further so your arm is right over your ear. So you get a bit more of a stretch. If that's too intense, stay here. Make sure your hips are not falling down to the ground, so you're holding them up. And exhale, both hands down to the ground, and we're coming into a nice low lunge. So push yourself up and sink your hips into the ground. You can stay here just for a second, just the time to feel as you're settling into the posture with your hands on your front leg. Strong lower belly. So if you need to, you can always take yourself out of the posture and come back into it. So push into your front leg and then sink back into it. Sometimes it feels better the second time. And we're going to take a light twist here. So as I was showing, lightly push into your front leg. If you need to, you can bring your foot a little bit back. And you're going to bring your right hand on the outside of the front leg. Inhale, extend your spine, reach up, and exhale, reach your hand back. So you're using your hand here to bring you into that spine. Remember to bring your inside, so your stomach, into that twist. And look back at your hand. Your shoulders are nice and down. Don't clench with the shoulders. Nice, and come back to center. Bring your hands down to the ground. Come into downward facing dog again. So push into your hands and bring that foot back. Hips come up to the sky. Take a second here to feel the difference between your right and left leg. So your left leg has been working more than the left. Opposite, the left is more than the right, sorry. So you might feel like the blood is flowing there. And with the next inhale, this time bring your right foot in between your hands and come into a high lunge. So bring yourself up and your hands and arms come up overhead. Sink yourself into the posture. So really bend into that front leg. Have your hips facing the front of the mat. The shoulders are nice and down. As much as you're reaching up, you don't want to clench those shoulders against your ears. Have them relaxed. Inhale, exhale, come into warrior two. So open up and bring your back heel on the ground. Extend your arms out in front of you and back. Same thing here. Make sure you have a nice alignment. And look to your front hand, the tips of your fingers. So the legs are working here. Inhale, exhale into the reversed warrior. So bring your back hand on your back leg. And that hand comes up over your ear. Like if you're trying to reach something behind you. Still bending into that front leg. Feel that extension in your right side. Inhale. And come back to front. Coming back into a high lunge. So bring yourself back facing the front of the mat. And your right arm comes back behind, touching your back leg. And the left arm reaches up towards the sky. Look up, open that chest. And inhale, exhale, down to the ground with your right hand inside the front foot. The back heel comes down to the ground. Open your chest, look up to the ceiling, point to the ceiling with that left hand. So really pushing into the hand that's into the ground. Feeling that connection in the ground. Same thing here, you can have your hand here or up over your ear, reaching towards the opposite wall. As it feels good to you, listen to your body. More intense doesn't necessarily mean better. And exhale, both hands down to the ground, coming into a nice low lunge. Bend into that front knee, bring yourself up. Both hands come on the front leg. And settle yourself into posture. Release your shoulders. If you need to, you can close your eyes here if you have the balance. Take the time to take a big inhale and a big exhale. Sometimes we're so caught up in doing the asanas, the postures in the right way that we forget to breathe. So it's always good to take that pause, inhale and exhale. Find our focus, our attention. And we're going to press into that front leg. So slightly bring our hips up. And our left leg, our left hand is going to come on the outside of the right leg. Inhale, reach up with your right arm, and exhale, twist, bring that arm back, look back to that arm. So you're also using your hand that's on your leg to bring yourself a little bit more into the twist. Inhale, exhale, come back to center. And we're going to take a little child's pose. So one of the favorites generally. So sit back onto your heels and bring your forehead to the ground. Extend your arms out in front of you and sink into child's pose. So you'll feel your hips sitting back onto your heels. If they're not touching yet, just let gravity do the work with the exhale. It'll go down gradually. Focus on that connection of your forehead with the ground. Like if you're releasing the weight of your entire brain into the ground. Wonderful. Inhale, push into your hands, come back up. We're going to come back into standing. We're going to come into a nice goddess pose. So open up your legs nice and wide. Your feet are slightly open to the sides. Bring your arms up, inhale. And as you exhale, sit back down and open up your arms to the side. Open your fingers, spread out. So you're trying to have your knees over your heels. So you're opening up those knees to the side, tilting your pelvis in. Strong core also here. Finding that center, sitting back. Inhale, extend your legs, come back up. And exhale, back down into it. Open up your knees to the side. Bring your hands down onto your legs. This time we're going to take a slight twist. So inhale, open your chest, extend the spine. And as you exhale, bring your right shoulder down to the center and the other shoulder comes up. Look up towards the ceiling. Your legs are not moving here. It's just the top of the body that's twisting. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the other side. Send your left shoulder down to the middle and the other one looks up. So you're pressing into your knees to really open that twist. You can feel a nice release in your back and your shoulders. If you need to take a break for your legs in the middle, don't worry, you can do that too. Inhale, exhale, second time, twist. Inhale to center and twist to the other side, last time. Inhale to center and extend those legs. Give yourself a little break for the legs. And this time, bring your toes slightly in towards the inside. So remember, tilt your pelvis in always so you're not sticking out your bum out like that. Bring your kneecaps up so you can't see it here. with what I'm wearing. So the kneecaps come up so you don't hurt your knees. And bring your fingers interlaced behind your back. Same thing. Open the chest here. Exhale, fold forward. So the weight is coming on to the balls of your feet, even if your entire feet are on the floor. If you can't go very far, bring your hands down to the ground in front of you. Prop yourself onto your hands. If you can go a little bit further, keep on going down. Having a nice alignment between your hips and your heels. Release your hands from behind your head and take your elbows in between your hands like we were doing at the beginning of the session, but here, a little different stretch. So sway side to side, release your head. Bring your hands down to the ground. And we're going to come to sitting from here, still with our legs open. Sit your bum down on the ground. And keep those legs open to the sides. I'm going to do a little side stretch. If this is too intense, you can always bend one knee in if you prefer. Otherwise, keep your legs open. We're not trying to do a split here, so it doesn't have to be the maximum opening. And bring your left hand in the inside of your front leg, of your left leg. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. And lightly fold over that left leg, opening up your chest. So you're looking up over towards the ceiling. And sliding your left hand down. So remember to flex those feet so that the feet are not falling towards the inside, towards the ground. You can feel a nice stretch in your right side, all the way down to your hip, to the sitting bone. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to switch that. Bring the right hand down to the ground, to the inside of your right leg. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold down. So if something feels too tight in your neck, you can always hold your neck with your hand. Inhale, come back to center. Bend your legs, and we're going to sway a little bit side to side. Just a nice release in the hips. Just your hips fall from one side to the other. Wonderful. And come back to center. Now we're going to take a nice little hip and shoulder stretch. So if you have sore knees, take this sitting back on your heels. If not, we're going to cross the left leg under and bring that heel towards your sitting bones. So both sitting bones are on the ground, and cross the right leg over that and try to bring your heel back as much as possible. So you're trying to center your knees here. And sit back onto both sitting bones. And we're going to bring the left arm up and the right down and twist in behind our back. So same thing here. Be gentle with your shoulders if you can't do this. If you can't reach your fingers, you can always hold on to your t-shirt. Otherwise, you can clasp your fingers together and hold them, and feel a nice stretch in the shoulders, and the back of the arms. So sit up straight, close your eyes, and breathe nice and deep. This is a wonderful relaxing posture, and it's great for your posture, for your back. So if you have long hours at your desk, you can do this. You can even do this sitting at your desk without the legs crossed. Inhale, exhale, release your arms. And we're going to switch over the legs. So this time you bend first the right leg under you, bring that heel next to your left sitting bone, and bend the left one over the right. Same thing here, trying to bring that heel back behind you. So there's always one side that feels a little bit more awkward than the other. For me, it's this side. And try to center those knees. Opposite way here. So this time we're going to reach the right arm up and the left down and bend them behind your back. And try to clasp those fingers together. So center your chest. Close your eyes, straighten your back, and breathe deeply here. We're releasing the tensions in two areas that really carry a lot of tension generally, the shoulders and the hips. Three more breaths here. Inhale and exhale, release, unwind the arms, unwind the legs, and we're going to come onto our back. Lie down onto your back and bring your legs in. Hug your legs in towards your chest with your hands, your arms, and roll a little bit side to side. A little back massage. Take your knees into your hands. Make some nice circles as you roll side to side so you can feel the ground in your lower back. Obviously, this all depends on the thickness of your mat. I have a very thin mat, so it's actually a really nice back massage. So reverse that circle, do it the opposite way. Wonderful. And come back to center. Release both legs onto the ground. And you're going to cross your right leg over your left. So just like if you're sitting and crossing your legs. Shift your hips slightly to the left. Open your arms to the sides and let both knees fall down to your right side. So you're not going to have both knees touching the ground. You're just letting them fall to one side. You can keep your head centered or look over to your left side. You're slowly calming yourself down and releasing to the ground, surrendering to the posture. Inhale, come back to center, uncross your legs, and this time cross over the right. Shift your hips slightly to the right side, and let your knees fall over to the left. And look over to your right side. Inhale, come back to center. Unwind, uncross the legs, and extend them out to the ground. And we come to Shavasana. So final relaxation. Open up those legs nice and wide. Open your arms to your sides. Let the toes fall to the sides. The palms facing the ceiling. Bring your chin slightly in. And we're going to roll our head from right to left. Releasing that neck entirely. Also a little massage in the back of the head. And come back to center. And you're going to find silence, stability, stillness. Take big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, fill up your stomach and then your lungs. And empty the stomach and then the lungs. Just imagine like a wave coming in and out from the ocean. And breathe normally. Do a little check over your body and relax completely. All the muscles are really released and melting into the ground. How do you feel now compared to the beginning of the class? Don't bring any judgment over how you feel. Just try to see how you react to certain postures and certain movements. Did you manage to find a flow throughout the class? And just give yourself the time to integrate all of this. Give your body the time to take it all in. And remember to thank yourself for taking the time to do the class. Even if you didn't manage to do everything, you did it at your own rate, and you always make progress just by trying. We're going to slowly come back to our body. Take a big inhale, send the breath throughout your body. Move your fingers and toes, hands and feet. Take a big stretch. If you feel like it, just waking up your body again. However it feels good for you, come to your side. Roll over to one side. Keep your eyes closed. And when you're ready, push yourself up, back to sitting. Hands in prayer, and we're going to finish off with 3 ohms, chanting the universal mantra. Put your hands in prayer. Inhale deeply. Again. And one last time. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining the class. I'm glad you took the time to do the class with me. And if you enjoyed the class, please feel free to like the video, leave any comments, and subscribe to the channel if it's not the case. And I will see you very soon for the next class. Have a great day, everyone.